I've made a lot of speculative videos regarding Division 3 and whether it's going to be released or not, just the future of the Division franchise in general, but never have I come across something that seems so concrete. Because I stumbled across an article, and by the way, shout out to Gamey Daddy for shedding light on this. I saw his video and he's the one who said it first. He's a fellow YouTuber and I just wanted to make a video about it to expound on that, because this is a question that so many of us Division fans have been asking for so long. Will there be a Division 3? And the article is from Insider Gaming. I don't know if you know who they are, but I've done some research and I've dealt with Insider Gaming in the past when researching other topics and titles. And as far as them being reliable or not, they are a reputable media company with a history of producing high quality journalism, including coverage of gaming and the gaming industry specifically. Their game articles are generally well researched and written by experienced journalists who have a good understanding of the industry. That being said, like with any media outlet it's important to approach their articles with a critical eye and evaluate the sources and evidence presented to support their claims, because in some cases their articles may rely on rumors or unverified information. So it's important to take those with a grain of salt until more solid evidence is available. That's one of the topics that I researched about Insider in general, because this is the Division franchise and I didn't want to take this lightly. I wanted to make sure that this was no rumor, but when Insider produces an article, it's usually well researched. So all in all, my experiences reading Insider articles have most times than not ended up being true. So to me, they're a reliable source. That being said, let's go over the article they wrote. Now real quick, I'd appreciate it if you could like the video, and if you're new, don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. So the ultimate question, will there be another installment to the Division franchise? Well, here's what Insider said just 3 days ago. Despite the success of the first 2 installments, Ubisoft currently has no plans to release the Division 3. While things could ultimately change, those close to the company have told Insider Gaming that a new mainline game in the series isn't in development. And this kind of like answers the question of what we've all been asking throughout the years, because a lot of us have been saying, oh, Division 3 has been in development this whole time. They're just doing it behind the scenes. That's just like they were doing with Div 2. Because remember, right after the release of Division 1, they immediately started working on Div 2. So we automatically assumed that this is what they were going to do with Div 3. Apparently not. The Division first launched in 2016 to positive reviews and was followed up by the Division 2 in 2019, which has sold more than 10 million copies total. Currently in Season 10, the Division 2's latest season event follows the story of General Peter Anderson. The mission of the current season is to stop Anderson from reaching an agreement with the Black Tusk, which could lead to the end of the Division. And we know this was a huge issue right now, that the next major issue to the game is currently behind due to the game-breaking issues created while in development. Now, they said they fixed some of the issues and that they're on par with Season 11 now. They're just highlighting the big issues that were going on with the games as of late. In the process of creating the update which would resolve the issue, they encountered an error that brought down the build generation system for the Division 2. This is what Ubisoft said in the statement at the time, before it was fixed. And I actually made a video about this when I said that Division 2 is in a disastrous state. But anyways, where do we go from here, right? What to do instead of the Division if there are no plans for Division 3 in the future? Well, with no plans for that on the horizon, players will have to continue to patrol Washington, D.C. and New York City. And for those who can't wait for more content in the series overall, the spinoff, as we know, the Division Heartland remains in development by Redstorm. And they give a description of the game, saying that it's a free-to-play title that features PvPvE gameplay for up to 45 players, as well as a full PvE mode that sees players complete missions and collect gear, which a lot of you probably don't know about Heartland. Yes, Heartland is heavily PvE involved, but the game was originally set to launch in 2022, but as we know, it's been delayed to this year, later on, who knows when. And they said as of writing this, there has been no update on when the game is expected to launch. But when it is released, it's going to be released on all platforms, Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, PS5, you know, the works. But anyways, even though they said that somebody close to Ubisoft has told Insider this information, I don't think that Insider would risk their reputation by putting out a full article about the fact that there will be no Division 3. And it just, you know, kind of makes sense, to be honest. These are my thoughts, by the way, because of everything that's been developing for Ubisoft and Massive. They've been developing Avatar, they've been developing Star Wars, they've been developing all kind of other games. And that kind of manpower requires so many resources from all different kinds of places. So how do they have time to slot in everything that the Division 3 would have to offer? because we all know how great this game is and the reason why we want another one, but I just don't see it. And to me, it seems like the rumors are true. What I've been saying, what other people have been saying, you know, some people are hopeless romantics. You're in love with the game. You just want it to last forever. I mean, I was like that at a time, but things changed in my life in gaming and development, all of that. And if this is the future, we're just gonna have to accept it. But it's not as bleak as you think, right? Because just think about the way that Ubisoft does their world building, and just imagine that in Avatar, and how we'll be able to explore the world of Pandora in a Ubisoft created environment. Same with Star Wars. These open world games are going to be amazing if they're made by the same company. Now, I just think that they're putting all their resources that they put into Division previously into these new titles. We're just going to have to kind of get out of our own way, get out of our own heads, and get out of this mode of Division only. If there's not going to be another one, we can't be delusional. If there's not going to be another Division 3, then maybe we should move on. I mean, I can't speak for everyone. That's just how I feel. It's a little bit depressing staying in one place when there's no growth. For years, you've seen YouTubers and content creators slowly leave the Division 2 simply because they've done absolutely nothing with the PvP. It's been the same for years. If you notice, I haven't posted any PvP content in almost a year. And you know me, I was a meta breaker, man. That's what I do. And I got excited when I got into that PvP realm to break them metas and just prove everybody wrong. But for now, it's really no point in doing that because there's no balance in PvP. You can't do that stuff anymore. And this is just a telltale sign that, you know, they're moving on to bigger and other things. I'm not gonna say better things because, man, for some odd reason, these developers think that the Division franchise isn't it. They think that the Division isn't just one of the best or probably the best looter shooters out there. It has so much potential, but they fail to see that. They want to make all of these other games. I just made a video about XDefiant, which is, oh man, it's pretty trash to be honest. Heartland is promising, but there's no information about that. But you want to make all of these games and free-to-play games and do what everybody else is doing while forgetting about what you have. You don't even cherish what you have. If you only knew what you had, it would be crazy the amount of popularity that Division would have right now. But at the end of the day, we still have people who are diehard fans because they love the franchise, they love Division in general. But when it comes to moving on to bigger and other things, that's just what I'm gonna do if this is real. I mean, if it's not, if they're developing Division 3, well, I mean, I'll be happy too. But we just have to move with the winds, and that's just the way it is, fortunately. Anyways, I really felt like this issue had to be brought to the table. Let me know what you think about it down below. Do you think that there's not going to be a Division 3? Do you think this is just a rumor? I really want to know what you think. And if you enjoy videos like this, if you think it was insightful in any way, I'd appreciate a like on the video and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. I appreciate you listening to the end. I'll catch you in the next one. Be right out.